consider any of these suggestions about resigning and so make it possible for this third force to take over political power. They claim that they are proclaiming Cory Aquino, but it is now quite clear that while they may proclaim anybody, they are going to control the government. And Enrile and Ramos are going to be the principal characters. I can only say that this is the third force that has come up. And I know that they will manipulate and use Cory Aquino only for their purposes of taking over government and political power through deceit, propaganda, and through the use of force.
Mr. President, while we cannot see you on television, we hope that you are watching TV right now, and we hope that you can view us. I have with me this evening is a group of distinguished panelists, and they will also
samantala mga kaibigan na nagkaroon ng difficulty doon sa ng Maynila. Pero babalik namin sa inyo kagad ang interview. Ito na. Hintay at inaayos natin yung connection sa
Sister Rani.
Channel 9 po, pinapalabas din ang interview nito kay Mr. President na hindi nakikita ang kanyang mukha. Ang boses niya ang lumalabas. Ganun din, simultaneous sa Channel 2 and 9. Okay, nandito na po sila.
Issues that are now in question at this hour. And I'm referring to one of the well-known broadcasters, Mr. Ruther Batigas, and our regular newscaster at Newswatch, Mr. Don Lee. And of course, we have a guest here in the person of General Pacifico Lopez de Leon, who will also be exchanging views with us. But in the meantime, Mr. President, Mr. Ruther Batigas would like to ask you a question.
Good evening, Mr. President, sir. Marami pong nagtatanong at dahil nga sa nawala kayo ng mga ilang oras mula kanina umaga na itira pa ho yung inyong press conference, paano ba natin italiliwanag sa mga nakikinig ngayon? What is the overall situation ngayon, sir, right now, Mr. President?
Overall situation is that they're trying to use civilians to coerce and intimidate the military, including me, and trying to utilize the false propaganda that they now can send through Channel 4, which they took over by force this morning at about 9:58. I would like to say that I did not disappear, but we were trying to get into television. But apparently Channel 4 was not available, and I don't know what happened to Channel 7 and 9. As you can see, with respect to 9, I am being interviewed through the telephone. This is after a difficult effort to establish communications. The communications with me was always open, and I was in touch with everybody among the leaders all over the country, especially the political and the military leaders. So I'm here. I'm ready to answer any question. I have no intention to resign. I have no intention to give up the presidency. I have no intention to compromise on the decision of the people as proclaimed by the Batasan Pambansa. That certainly is something which is the most fantastic thing that I have ever heard. To drive out a duly elected president even before he takes oath, through all these demonstrations and through the action of the illegal political authority seekers who now have adopted the Maoist concept of power comes out of the barrel of a gun. And yet I received this request that I desist from using violence. If we do defend ourselves, it will be because it's necessary in order to save our lives. And we are doing this for the survival of our country. Because I know that if these people take over authority, they will not be able to get the country together. They are going to be subject to these pressures and the authority that is in the hands of the allies of Mrs. Cory Aquino. Who is a spokesman, a certain Mr. Sagisa, who is identified as a communist who raised the red flag some time ago in Laguna. And why are these advisors of hers all suspected of being inclined towards the left, like the KMU, Olalia, and Bayan, and all the others? And this is why I say, this is a new, third political power group that utilizes spiritual terrorism, physical terrorism, and at the same time misjudges the temper of our people. They are claiming that our people are for Cory Aquino. That is not the result of the election. We won by 1.5 million, and Enrile claimed that when he was asked, I asked him, but there was no fraud in his region. But I lost in Batanes, I lost in Ifugao, and I won in one of my favorite provinces, Vizcaya, by only about 6,000 or 8,000. If we had needed, certainly that would have been much more. So now that you mention it, I hereby proclaim curfew from 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning, all over the Philippines.
Effective tonight, sir, today?
Effective tonight.
Thank you very much, sir.
This is the first time I reviewed it.
Mr. President, Don Lee has a question for you.
All right.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening, Mr. Donnelly.
You have just ordered this afternoon, this morning rather, you ordered the troops to use small arms fire to protect their assignments. Don't you think, sir, they will not hesitate to use heavy equipment if they find themselves in desperate situations?
They have been authorized to do so.
Is there any way, sir, you feel we can avoid violence and bloodshed?
Yes, and that is only if the search for illegal force will now come forth and accept the terms of the negotiated surrender.
Statement, samantala hintayin natin ang patuloy na interview ngayon sa kanya dito sa Channel 2 at Channel 9. At ang mga mamamayan dito sa Metro Manila ay patuloy na nakikinig at meron silang ibang haka-haka sa kanilang damdamin. Lalong-lalo na itong pagkaka-declare niya ng curfew hour. Ngayon, alas 6 ng hapon daw, mula kanina alas 6 ng hapon at hanggang bukas sa alas 6 ng umaga. Datapot bagamat ganoon ang kanyang sinabi, ang mga tao ay patuloy pa rin na dumarami sa may parte ng Camp Crani. Samantala ay pagpatuloy natin ang interview kay Marcos.
Hello. I deny this completely.
Na Mr. President. Ano mo masasabi niyo rito, sir?
Sa bulalaan niya. Paano silang tatawag ng special session? Sino ang maaaring tumawag at may kapangyarihan tumawag ng special session? Ang President lamang. Sino ba naman si Mitra? Mitra MP lang naman eh. Paano silang tatawag ng special session?
Ibang tinig at maging tinig ni Ginoong Marcos ay talagang gayang-gaya ho naman ito. Subalit ayon nga ho dito sa isang mama na siya mismo nagkabit ng linya at gumawa ng possible way para makabit ang linya ng Channel 9 doon sa Malacanang ay nagsabi at makapagpapatunay na siya mismo ay nakita niya sa Ginoong Marcos at nagsabi o nagwika pa na kung si Willie ni Pumoseno ang nagsasalitang yaon ay hindi sana masasagot ang mga katanungan na binibigay ng mga caller. Kung kaya walang katotohanan na ang tinig na yon ay hindi galing kay Ginoong Marcos kundi sa isang di umano'y Willie ni Pumoseno na isang imitator. Yan o ang ilang reaksyon na natanggap o na iihayag dito sa screen ng Channel 9. Ay magsasalita siya at lalabas mismo sa telebisyon. Mga kaibigan, wag ko kayong mainip. Maya-maya lang ay ipapahatid natin, no? Dahil medyo may kabagalan ng kaunti. Hindi natin kailangan ipasok pa ang sinasabi ng mga panelist na yon. Ang mahalaga ay mapakinggan natin ang ilang mga pahayag na ibibigay pa ni Ginoong Marcos, no? Samantala, ano kaya pakinggan natin ang iba pang sasabihin ng mga panelists? At telebisyon at maipakita ang kanyang sarili. Kaya ho naman doon sa mga nagdududa kami ho dito sa Metro Manila, nakikita namin ang itsura ho naman ni Ginoong Marcos, no? Makikita namin kaya kami makapagpapatunay sa inyo kung ang nabanggit na mga ibinitiwan niyang salita ay galing mismo sa kanyang bibig o sa Willie ni Pumosenong nabanggit na magaling ho namang mag-imitate ng mga tinig, no? At yan ho, ay sa DCGB ninyo mapapakinggan direct naman mula dito sa News Bureau ng Metro Manila. Ang iba pang impormasyon, bukod naman sa mga pahayag ni Ginoong Marcos, ay ating bibigyan ng daan sa pamagitan pa rin ng aming News Bureau. Tuloy na ilang mga pag-uusap na ginaganap sa mga oras na ito.
Kung yung talagang Bangsamoro Army, talagang Army, supported with foreign assistance and logistics. At talagang contested namin ang battleground ng Hulo, Cotabato, from 72 hanggang 1980. Kita mo, it took 8
Okay, ilan ho yan sa mga pag-uusap-usap na nagaganap sa Channel 9 at Beno, medyo may katagalan ho ang pagbibihis ni Ginoong Marcos. Pagpapatuloy ho, narito na ho, handa na siya upang wala pa, hindi pa na pa-flash the screen. Ito ang ilang statement pa sa kanyang
I withdraw my through the facilities of RPN 9, IBC 13, BBC 2, and all the rest of our affiliate stations and our network stations all over the country via domestic satellite. We now present to you President Marcos from Malacanang.
Good evening once again to the various channels that are covering disappearance of man over television and radio. I
insisted that it would be passed. To appear personally in the broadcast of the television because of that doubt raised that, it was not Marcos who was answering this question, it was really Pumasen. Nakikita mo na naman ang mga ating mga kalaban. Sari-saring mga panil na ang ginagawa. But here I am, and I think you know the Daily Express headline for today. I'm holding it up to show to you that I'm here today. And tomorrow, whatever this evening, not a month ago or 2 months ago, but now, today, I'm here. And you will forgive me the formal dress with my jacket on. But all of us here in Malacanang are now dressed, prepared for any contingency and any eventuality, whether in the daytime or at night. Anyway, I would like to repeat what I said. If the loyalists are losing morale because they cannot see their president, here I am. And if they are looking for a guideline as to what they should do, perhaps I can invite them to come to Malacanang, especially on my taking tomorrow. It will take place inside ceremonial hall of Malacanang Park. I repeat what I said over radio. The loyalists did not lose morale. You say we have not acted, we are silent. Yes, because we have to make the decision as to further. It was now time for us to protect ourselves and protect our lives, as well as protect the Republic of the Philippines, which is now endangered by these immoral, illicit third force, headed by Billy and Ramos, who are trying to take over the power from Cory Aquino and even Laurel. I cannot see what the future is for this group of oppositionists. It is in the hands of this third group of opportunists. I say they are opportunists because hindi naman napalaban sa election, hindi naman kandidat, at hindi naman masabing may partidong sarili. Hindi naman masabi na meron silang patakaran na ihinarap sa tao ng halalan. Hindi. Basta tumatapos ang halalan, nais nila na gawin ang kapangyarihan sa presidente, nagplano sila ng coup d'etat. Ngunit ang mahalata nilang alam na namin at handa kami ay hindi na tinuloy. Nung hindi tinuloy, nagdahilan na si Enriquez Silaman at nagtango na. Anong kanilang unang sinabi? We feel that we are going to be arrested. Nagulat ako. Bakit kaya? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin nito yung nasulpan sila. At kasama sila ng plano ng kulay. Kanya at mga kaibigan, narito na naman yung president nagsasabi natin pagpilitin na ating republika at ang atasang pambansa na siya ay may sarili, siya lamang sarili mag-isa na nabigyan ng kapangyarihan.
We are here. We are not going to abandon the office of the presidency. We have no intention of going abroad. We have no intention of resigning. And we will defend the Republic to the last breath of our life and to the last drop of blood in our bodies. I hereby announce a curfew nationwide from 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning. There is a national emergency, and I hereby proclaim it.
Later, Marcos was back on another channel, but the incident exposed...
Get back my sniper rifle, which I wanted to employ just in case it was necessary to protect my family.
But as damaging as it was for Marcos to lose control of official government television, he managed to appear on a private television station just a short while ago, surrounded by his family.
A defiant president, grandchildren in attendance, talking a short while ago on a still functioning commercial television channel.
Marcos went on air again, but this time in a local private station to confirm he was still in command.
Marcos reappeared hours later on a station owned by his daughter. The Americans had just called for his resignation, but Marcos ignored them. The president called on followers to bring their guns to defend him at his palace.
While Marcos seemed unable to muster much strength.
We intend, therefore, to use all the force at our disposal. I intend to protect the Republic. I intend also to protect my life.
But so far conscious that any use of firepower would cause serious loss of civilian life, Marcos has mounted only a sporadic challenge to the rebels.
And it included a remarkable broadcast as the beleaguered president of the Philippines appeared on a private television channel to demonstrate by introducing deputy mayors and members of parliament at his side that he still has some friends left.
Hasten to add that this is becoming quite boring, this litany of lies that they are spreading throughout the airwaves.
If these defenseless men, women, and children are hurt or killed in a firefight.
You mean Enrile and Ramos are hiding behind the skirts of women? So all I can say is whatever may happen, and I don't think anything will happen tonight, we will see to it that there will be an effort to eliminate innocent civilians if there should be any firefight.